Laser sensor confirmed.
Laser sensor aligned. 0021 to connection. Confirmed. Transport ship has passed within the optical camouflage.
Attaching anchor arms. Docking complete.
Linda, finally! I've been dying to see you. So, is it ready yet?
Why else do you think I'd be here, silly?
Wow.
And it's equipped with a new GN particle generator, customized exclusively for the twin drive system.
Yeah, but it's too bad we could only make 2 of them in 2 years.
Well, what do you expect with no time or personnel?
Nah, you guys did great. By using quantum brainwaves to create a shared consciousness within regions of high particle density, it'll connect the thoughts of everyone in the combat zone.
A machine designed to put an end to fighting.
This is the Gundam Setsuna always dreamed of. 00 Quanta.
They seized control of the Earth Sphere Federation government, and now that planet can take over the world! We'll build a new era with our own hands!
Captain, the one with the mane!
What?
The anti-government forces of Catharon don't stand a chance in hell against us! That's right. The world will be unified by allies, and for the first time ever, humanity will obtain a permanent peace! What? Could that be? It's the Gundams! Celestial Being! The private armed organization that says it wants to end war! Too bad! There's no place for you here!
The world has become one thanks to we outlaws. Can't move. A peace that's obtained by oppressing the minority. That's not the peace the people of the world want.
Right there! The Gundams are coming! Damn Celestial Being! Why do you continue to fight?
Your puppet government has been dismantled, and the birth of a new administration has begun!
What did you say?
We're here to create a new world! That is our reason for fighting! Because we are
Celestial Being! Riser Sword!
So, that was supposed to be based on actual events, right?
That's what I heard.
That was nothing but a bunch of propaganda.
Get real. It's just a cartoon.
That movie was pretty cool, huh?
A bit too cleaned up for me.
Well, yeah, but don't you feel every movie's kind of like that?
It's nowhere near that pretty in reality. War is a lot more terrifying than the movies make it out to be.
What do you mean? You're talking as if you've actually seen the real thing.
Huh? Oh, hell no.
Oh, Mr. Seiki needs to see me. Sorry, I gotta go.
Right.
Their lives on the line as they board their respective Gundams and soar through the battlefield.
I wasn't even in the movie.
Also check out the
It's been 2 years since all that came to an end. The private armed organization, Celestial Being. The military interventions they carried out changed the world we live in. Slowly but surely, we're heading toward a world without war. However, it's mostly the result of people having a deep-rooted fear of any military power. Celestial Being with its numerous armed interventions, and the Allies' autonomous peacekeeping force repressing all opposition. Both used armed force to strike fear into people. The peace we have now is a transient one, created from the unforgettable terror. That's why it's important for us to think about what we have now. We have to take a close look at how the world is changing, so that we can work towards obtaining true peace.
Huh? Sachi!
You seem a lot better lately.
I've stopped having those fits. I think it's about time they let me leave the hospital.
Don't rush things, Louise. After all, we've got all the time in the world. We've seen no sign of Celestial Being for 2 years. It's like they disappeared. Setsuna, I wonder, what are you up to right now?
What do you mean we can't inspect the construction directly?
Assemblymember Bakhtiar, the colony development is still in the early stages and therefore very dangerous. Considering your position as a representative of the Middle Eastern delegation, we can't risk anything happening to you.
But most of your workers are from the Middle East. They were forced to move here under the previous administration's oppressive policies. I'm certain there are those among them who wish to return to their home countries.
Here at the Colony Corporation, we are proud to provide our employees with a working environment in accordance with the federal law. Besides, I couldn't imagine anyone wanting to quit such a high-paying job.
Then why can't we inspect it?
Like I said, it's dangerous. For the time being, you'll have to limit your inspection to the resource satellite airspace.
Of course. I fully understand your position.
Princess Marina!
Since we can't see the construction site for ourselves, would we be able to meet with the workers and their families instead? I'd like to meet with them directly and hear what they have to say about their situation.
You want to hear Very well, then. We shall be sure to incorporate a visit to the workers' housing into your schedule.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you at the post-inspection meeting, then. They might have government support, but still...
Are you okay with this?
To hell with their new policy changes. We can't afford to let go of laborers. But don't worry. This is space after all. Any minor incident could prove fatal.
Aren't we off course from our inspection route?
We're on our way to the workers' housing facilities, as you requested.
Who would build housing out on a resource satellite? What's going on here?
Sorry, ma'am, I don't know.
So, tell me what you think about this colony development site. Your own opinions.
They meet the working standards outlined by federal law.
Yes, but I'd like to hear what you really feel. I certainly wish for the citizens of the Middle East to be happy, but that doesn't mean I don't wish the same for you.
As long as my family is happy, then I am also happy.
This is the captain. Attention all passengers.
Several unidentified mobile suits are approaching the ship. As a precaution, please fasten your seatbelts.
Wait, aren't those mobile suits from the Colony Corporation? Hey!
They're coming! What was that? A flag? It's full of particles, but with this, the enemy can't see either.
Damn you! Leave it to me!
Roger.
Oh, God!
I have control.
Get it!
Damn it!
What are you doing? How dare you!
Will this help? If you go through with this, do you believe your family will be happy?
The gun!
Hold still, will you?
First a mobile suit attack and now an assassination? I'd say the Colony Corporation's going a bit overboard.
Who are you?
Oh, no one worth mentioning. Take care.
Wait a minute!
Gene 1. Celestial being. Then he's with...
Aren't you even going to say hello to her?
I don't feel the need.
All right, then.
Man, that kid, he just doesn't get it. Even if he is an innovator.
I understand that you may have your reasons for doing this. But that's exactly why we need to understand each other better, so we can search for a path that's best for all of us. We won't find it through conflict, but through discussion and mutual understanding.
In any event, I had no idea that Celestial Being was still active after all this time. To think, they're still fighting against this world, even now.
Good work, you two.
What great service. You're turning into one fine woman, you know.
So how was the mission?
We were able to prevent anything from happening thanks to Veda. I'm going to report this to Sumeragi.
Your drink.
That guy can be such an idiot sometimes.
You did a fine job today. Now, if only the Federation would make an effort to help the people in the colonies.
It's only been 2 years since the new administration took over. For now, it's our role to take care of the minor problems.
We could always bring out the Gundams and use them as deterrents.
Milena, right now the government is pushing for reconciliation. It would disrupt their efforts if we aggravated things.
Yeah, that's right. It's probably best we just wait quietly and remain vigilant. Until the day we're needed again.
Huh? It's the periodic report from Veda. The Federation forces are engaged in the removal of a spacecraft headed for the Earth sphere.
A spacecraft removal?
Do we know where it came from?
Yes. It's from Jupiter.
Can we get detailed data on that spacecraft?
I can try.
Is something bothering you?
Let me know as soon as you find anything.
Roger. There's something strange about Mr. Seye lately.
Setsun has become an innovator, one of the new breed of humans Eolia Shenberg predicted would appear. He might be feeling something the rest of us couldn't possibly understand.
Is that it? So, that enormous thing is the deep space ship built by celestial being.
Advancing into deep space. It's hard to imagine that Eolia Shenberg, the founder of Celestial Being, had been planning something like this almost 3 centuries ago.
Sir, we have a new report from the patrol fleet concerning the spacecraft that's approaching the Earth sphere. Registration number 9374, vessel name Europa. The ship left for Jupiter about 130 years ago on an exploration mission.
What about the interior?
There are no life signs of any kind, sir.
Send a message to the patrol fleet. We'll proceed with Plan D34 as scheduled. Fire particle missiles to change its course.
Roger.
I'll leave you in charge.
Yes, ma'am.
Colonel!
Brigadier General, when is that going to sink in?
Right, sorry.
Good timing. You'll come along as my escort. Who knows? You might even learn a thing or two.
Oh, it'll be my pleasure!
General Monaghan, it's an honor to have you come out here in person.
What's the status of the facilities?
Ma'am, please keep in mind that many aspects of the system environment are unique and complicated. In addition, you have to consider the sheer size of the craft. We've only been able to assess 70% of the ship so far.
Huh? What's that?
Quantum processing system, Veda.
Wow. Huh? What the heck? They've got the same face!
Those are living terminals for Veda. They're called Innovades.
Innovates?
Through the Innovades, Veda can gather large amounts of data from all over the world. It then integrates this data into its systems. Celestial Being was only able to carry out their armed intervention 7 years ago because they had Veda backing them up and feeding them tactical information. Today, the Federation is also benefiting from this system.
We will be arriving within missile range of the target shortly.
Upon arrival at the coordinates, we will begin a particle missile attack in accordance with Plan D34.
This way, ma'am.
Message from the patrol fleet. Arrived at firing point. Preparations to fire missiles complete.
So you're the one. A purebred innovator confirmed by Veda.
Well, say something! Introduce yourself to the Colonel!
That's General.
Oh, right, sorry.
Captain Descartes Shaman. The brass tells me I'm an innovator.
Quite an impertinent one.
You tend to get a little rotten on the inside when people treat you like a guinea pig.
So what is an innovator?
You don't even know that much?
What can I say? Reading reports isn't my thing.
In very simple terms, an innovator is the next step in human evolution. They have greater spatial comprehension and quantum brainwave capacity, as well as physical enhancements due to cellular mutation. According to the research, they're said to have a lifespan about twice that of the average human. They can even share their consciousness by using quantum brainwaves within an area where GN particles are spread.
I didn't get any of that.
Do you believe that the appearance of innovators was part of Eolia Shenberg's larger plan?
In my opinion, yes, ma'am. I think so.
Reporting. The patrol fleet indicates that all GN missiles have hit the target.
Roger that. Confirm the angle change in the spacecraft's course. Then return to...
How do you know that?
Oh, no logical reason. I just have this. Call it Innovator's Intuition.
Another report. The exploration ship's course has changed, but less than 20% of what was expected.
Impossible.
At that angle, it's still on course to enter the Earth sphere.
That makes no sense. They fired more than enough particle missiles at it. What the hell is going on?
I'm heading out.
You are?
Of course. You do want to see what innovators are capable of, don't you? And yes, naturally, I'll be taking the new model, just like you're hoping.
I see. So you're reading my mind.
It's what guinea pigs do.
Trailblazer. It's a candidate for our next generation main machine, made with Innovate technology. To give you an idea, it has the equivalent fighting strength of 5 full mobile suit platoons. But I'm confident that Captain Shaman will be able to show us even greater combat results.
Activating quantum brainwave control system, all clear. Descartes Shaman and Trailblazer, now taking off.
The third wave of particle missiles have all hit their target.
No good. It's still on course to enter the Earth sphere.
Where are the mobile suit teams?
They're chasing after it.
The ship is too big! Don't give up! Damn it! We're using most of our particles for thrust. We don't have enough... Friendly machine.
Synchronizing quantum brainwave.
Launching GN Fangs!
I'm taking all the anger I've held in out on you!
What incredible abilities! So, that's the power of a machine made for innovators.
Target destroyed. All the fragments remaining from the shattered spacecraft will be burned up by atmospheric heating.
So, what do you think?
Well, it's certainly clear why the military has such high expectations for Captain Shaman. So he shall be treated as befits a captain.
Understood, ma'am.
In regards to the inspection at Lagrange 3, we have word from Ambassador Bakhtiar about interference from the Colony Corporation. I recommend we dispatch the military.
No. If we use force, we'd be no different from the previous administration.
Reissue an official document listing our demands to the Colony Corporation so we can hold discussions.
With all due respect, aren't we being too easy on them? I'm not against a conciliatory policy, but these concessions could make them arrogant.
The main ingredient for conciliation is patience. Rushing things would just add further stress to the situation. That was where Celestial Being made its fatal mistake.
We've received a report that the exploration ship headed for the Earth's sphere has been removed, although a few fragments have fallen onto the Earth's surface. According to the report, Captain Descartes Shaman carried out the mission.
Ah, Captain Shaman. He's the first recognized innovator.
Yes, and the research team has also requested that the captain take part in more operations so they can gather further data on him. It is likely that we will see an increase in people with the potential of reforming into innovators. For that reason, the researchers would like to establish a model case quickly.
If the innovator population increases, it will expose just how different their abilities are from normal humans, which could create friction. We need to make preparations for that eventuality.
I understand the test flights are going well. We're planning to roll out the remaining models by the end of the month. What? The fragments of the fallen exploration ship? Yeah, now that you mention it, I did think it was weird that they didn't all burn up completely. But why are you worried about that?
I heard Brigadier General Monacan has given special orders to investigate it.
Guess word gets around quickly. I've been temporarily transferred to the Space Engineering Lab for that reason. I'll let you know if I find out anything.
There's a friend I can count on.
Are you positive that the fragments from the spacecraft fell here?
Yes, sir! I see a big light in the sky!
The government made an official announcement that it all burned up in the atmosphere.
Over there, see? Over there!
A military investigation. So they did find fragments from the spacecraft. Oh man, this is gonna be the scoop of the year. Huh? What's that? What's going on?
Hey, somebody get an ambulance!
Hey, are you all right? What? Louise? I'm sorry, sir. It's an emergency. I'm really sorry.
It's coming! It's terrifying! It's coming! See ya! Bye! Huh?
There really aren't any special characteristics to note.
Dr. Mina, as an astrophysicist, would you mind sharing your opinions with us? Why did these fragments make it to the Earth's surface instead of burning up in the upper atmosphere?
Well, that's...
It's probably due to the mass of the spacecraft. That would also provide a good explanation of why the spacecraft barely changed course after receiving a barrage of particle missiles. In other words, this exploration vessel had a mass far greater than we imagined. Well, it was very heavy.
You've come to see me, haven't you? Oh, I knew it! I'm so happy!
Should have known you'd jump to conclusions as usual, Mina.
We analyzed some fragments, but aside from a small amount of cosmic radiation, we found nothing particularly unusual about the elemental composition or structure.
Really? I'd say those results are pretty interesting.
But But you know, Billy, the fragments we collected amount to less than 20% of what fell to the surface.
It's safe to assume that someone else found and took the rest. The recovery team suffered some casualties. Perhaps they're related?
Maybe, but I can think of two alternate explanations. The fragments could have spontaneously vanished, or they could have moved elsewhere on their own.
Moved on their own? That's preposterous. It's scientifically impossible.
You're really something, Billy. Take a look at this. These are where the fragments all fell. And these are the locations where a series of inexplicable incidents have been happening since they fell.
Those are close.
Assuming that these fragments are moving, then where in the world could they be headed?
I have one hypothesis, but I'll need your assistance to substantiate it. Will you help?
What do you need from me?
The Federation's confidential information. I need to review their database. It lists citizens with high levels of quantum brainwaves, the element necessary to become an innovator.
Going down to Earth? Hold on. You seriously believe that the fragments that fell to Earth are attacking humans with high levels of quantum brainwaves?
Veda has already confirmed the data.
If it's true, our comrades could be in danger.
Malena, can you get in touch with Alleluia, please?
Roger that.
I'll take a small craft.
All right, then. But I'm going with you, Setsuna.
No response. I can't reach him.
Let's hurry.
Got it.
Power transmission from the solar receiver has been stopped. You said you're getting worried about it, right, Marie?
Yes. I just can't shake this strange foreboding. I feel bad about dragging you out here because of it, though.
It's alright. Taking a detour now and then isn't so bad. It looks like one of the transformers was ripped out.
But why?
Hello? What the hell?
About Miss Hallaby's condition. Until recently, she was recovering smoothly from her PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. But I'm afraid her symptoms have reappeared these past few days. Do you have any idea what could have caused it?
I'm sorry. I really don't know. Louise!
No! Stay away!
Louise, calm down.
No, please!
No way. Power outage?
No!
Who are you? Hey!
Stay away! Don't come any closer! Stay away!
What's going on? Are you all right, Louise?
That was a warning shot. The next one won't be. Ribbon's Allmark.
Marie.
Of course it is. Those things are swarming toward Marie's quantum brainwaves.
Hallelujah. What are you doing here?
We don't have time for idle chatter. I'm borrowing your body, partner!
Hallelujah?
Just as I thought. It's being lured by my quantum brainwaves!
See if you can climb up here.
Wait, a Gundam.
Sorry, kids, but your vacation's just been cut short.
Ribbon's Allmark. What are you doing here? Are you alright?
Saxena, what the hell is going on?
I have no idea.
Oh, Lieutenant General Kim.
This gentleman has been sent here from the Federation Assembly.
I'm Presidential Special Envoy Klaus Grad. What is the present situation?
Take a look at this.
What is it?
What happened exactly?
These are the facts as we know them. The subject, no, the girl, has had half of her body tissue transmuted into a metal form of some kind.
Into metal?
Extraterrestrial living metal shapeshifter, or ELSE for short. Unfortunately, the ELSE on the screen has ceased all activity. Therefore, it's impossible to determine its biological structure.
However, there is evidence to suggest that the ELSEs are attracted to humans who emit quantum brainwaves. So, in other words, they're targeting people who have the potential to become innovators.
Assemblymember Grodd, please propose to the Federation Assembly that all such persons be evacuated to quantum brainwave isolation facilities.
Right. I'll make my recommendation immediately.
So the fragments of that Jupiter exploration ship were the cause of all this?
Yes, I think it's safe to assume so.
This is a huge event. We humans have had our first encounter with an unknown alien entity, yet we know nothing about even its basic characteristics. If it's really capable of fusing with another object and reproducing at a dramatically fast pace, then...
We have established a Bureau of Emergency Countermeasures and assembled scientists from around the world. With Veda's cooperation, we've begun analysis of the metallic shapeshifter.
Any chance of this information leaking?
No, sir. The network is under Veda's information control. We have the complete cooperation of the media as well. The military is also keeping a very close eye on anyone believed to be involved in the incidents. Therefore, there's little chance of any leaks.
Everything is going to depend on how we handle this situation. I expect no less than your best effort.
Mr. Haptis and Miss Pierce, long time no see.
Look at you. You've certainly changed, Melina.
I love your hair. It really suits you.
Thought I'd try something a bit more grown up.
Good to see you, Felt.
Setsuna, you're not hurt?
No.
Setsuna. Are Saji and Louise all right?
The government has evacuated them to a quantum brainwave isolation facility.
This new administration seems to have its act together.
Now, about that information I requested.
Huh? Yes, about that.
Before we get into this, could I have a moment to catch my breath?
Of course. In that case, we'll assemble in the briefing room at 0012.
Yes, ma'am.
You guys should get some rest, too. Your room's just as you left it.
Thank you. Let's go, Marie.
Right.
Here, I'll go with you.
Felt. See you later.
Sure. Hey, Setsuna, is something wrong?
Not really. It's nothing.
You sensed something, didn't you?
Yeah, but I can't put it into words.
You're worried about Setsuna, aren't you, Felt?
I'm just kind of scared. Ever since Setsuna became an innovator, it's like he's gone back to the way he used to be when we first met. When he didn't open his heart up for anything, or anyone.
He's just struggling to come to terms with his reformation, and his new abilities. He's overly conscious about how different he's become from the rest of us.
But isn't there anything I can do to help him through it?
There is. Keep caring for him.
Caring for him?
Yes. That's what you need to understand each other. Even if you're on different paths, you have to continue caring for him. Otherwise, your feelings will never reach him. Those feelings are what tie people together. They're what help us understand each other in the truest sense. So those feelings you have, don't ever give them up.
Right.
What the hell was that thing?
Oh, are you thinking about stuff again?
How can I not be? If that exploration ship we destroyed was actually filled with these unknown metallic entities like this report says, there's a good chance we could face the same thing again.
You worry too much. There won't be any more accidents like that. Of course, if there are, I guess that means that the Earth must be under attack. By evil space aliens! Woo!
You know, whenever I'm with you, I can't help but feel foolish for taking things seriously.
Huh?
Yes, what is it?
Brigadier General, a section of these facilities has begun operating on its own.
Are you sure?
A previously unknown hatch on the satellite side opened.
Forward the image. But isn't that... Trans Am? It seems the Rippon's Allmark that Setsuna witnessed at the hospital was actually a crew member of a manned Jupiter exploration project that took place 130 years ago. Go ahead.
Yes. This manned exploration project was also involved behind the scenes in the development of the GN drive. It's possible that there was a Ribbons-type Innovate aboard as well.
And this innovator was absorbed by the metallic alien entity.
That would seem to be the most likely explanation.
According to Veda's information, something similar is happening to human victims on Earth.
So we have these alien entities, but what is their objective?
I don't know. In fact, we don't even know if they have a will of their own.
The E-sensors detected something. There's an object approaching the ship. Using maximum magnification with the optical camera to bring up the image.
Huh. Is that a Federation transport ship?
It's not.
Milena, find out which vessels match that silhouette.
Got it. The ship it most resembles is registration number 9374. It's the Jupiter exploration ship, Europa!
That can't be.
A ship that's been destroyed has come back?
I'm taking the Gundam!
Opening Ptolemy hatches 1, 2, and 3.
Increasing linear catapult voltage. Transferring launch timing to Mr. Stratus.
All right, Gundam Zabanya. Lock on Stratus. Targeted and firing!
I'm sorry about this, Marie.
It's all right. If what they said about quantum brainwaves is true, I might be a target for the aliens. I can't risk endangering the people aboard the ship.
Marie.
Launch preparations complete.
Roger. Gundam Harut. Alleluia Haptism, Soma Pyrrhus. Commencing interception operation.
Setsuna, as I'm sure you're aware, we've added expanded particle tanks to the 00 riser in place of the solar reactors. You have to take it easy on that machine.
Roger. 00 riser. Setsuna FC. Launch! There it is.
What are those?
Whatever they might be planning, I'm not letting them get any farther!
Those alien entities. They're targeting Marie again.
What?
Missiles.
Setsuna!
Hey, what are you doing?
Enemy approaching! Enemy approaching!
Setsuna!
00 is leading the front line.
What's going on?
Setsuna.
This feeling, it's the same as that time.
What is this?
all this time, he's come to help. All Gundam units, focus on getting rid of the fragments headed for the Earth sphere.
Roger.
That feeling. What was it?
Whoa, Tierria!
But how? As an innovate, I can transfer my consciousness to a living terminal. But I'm afraid we don't have much time to reminisce. Setsuna, why did you not attack the Elses?
Elses?
The Federation government is now referring to the alien entities as Elses. Setsuna, tell me why you didn't attack them.
I don't know.
You don't know? Are you serious?
I see. It seems your intuition as an innovator stopped you. Even with the use of Veda's information, we're unable to determine the Else's objectives. But when you faced them, you must have felt something from them, and subconsciously reacted. In other words, the Elses do have a will of their own.
For the Elses to come to the Earth sphere once again.
It was Celestial Being that fought against the Elses this time, wasn't it? Of course, the government hasn't made it public.
I think you're right.
Your old girlfriend still haunts you, doesn't she?
No, not at all. That's not true. Anyway, more importantly, what do you make of it? Do you think the Elses have intelligence or independent will?
I'd say so.
What do you base that on?
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, there are unique radio emissions from Jupiter known as Jovian radio waves. You have heard about them, right?
Yeah, of course.
Lately, there's been a change in those radio emissions. They've even detected faint quantum brainwaves.
Quantum brainwaves? Are you saying a message is being sent from Jupiter?
I don't know. It's hard to draw any conclusions.
A visit by the alien Else entities.
So these would be the dialogues that are to come that old man Eolia was talking about.
The dialogues to come he described were only supposed to happen after humanity advanced into space. This wasn't expected for a few more centuries, but it's taking place now.
No way. Humanity hasn't made preparations for this. We're not ready.
But the reality is clear. It's happening. We have no choice but to fight.
I've got to agree with that opinion. We've already had casualties as it is.
I don't believe you're giving this enough thought.
She's right. What happened may only be because the Elses lack any knowledge about us.
What do you think, Setsuna? Do you have any ideas? Anything at all?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm sorry.
I can tell that he's sensing something.
I realize that.
What's the status of the 00 Quanta that was specified in Veda's data?
Ian and his team are building it as quickly as they can.
The machine that Setsuna hoped for could become our ultimate trump card.
You mean with the Elses?
I'm sure that idea has crossed your mind as well.
We're depending too much on Setsuna.
Thank you for coming.
It's been a while.
Pleased to meet you.
You'll conduct your research on the Elses here, along with the other scientists.
I have to thank you for giving me the chance to observe Elses with my own eyes. I've heard the incidents on Earth have eased off recently.
I understand you wish to see me, General Monacan.
This is Captain Descartes Shaman.
The Innovator.
Well then, did you have a chance to read the material I sent you, Mr. Innovator?
Analysis on the changes to Jovian radio waves. You're asking a great deal from a mere soldier. Sorry to disappoint, but I'm not as almighty as you may think.
Right now, we have a disturbing lack of information on the Elses. As it is, any clue would help.
Then I'll give you my answer. It's a cry of sorts.
A cry?
Is it calling out to someone?
I'd say it's your job to figure that out, not mine. Now, if you will excuse me. species.
What?
What's that? That feeling again.
Luis!
Come on.
What is this? What is this feeling?
Darling, come quickly!
What's wrong?
What in the world?
Io and Ganymede have disintegrated.
The gravity field has been generated at Jupiter's Great Red Spot. The rings have collapsed. Everything's being drawn in.
A cloud with a radius of 60,000 kilometers is being
Solar reports from the Orbital Elevator Observatory.
I can't believe it. A huge hole has formed on Jupiter.
This can't be possible.
An army of Elses.
How can this be?
No way. This can't be happening.
The Elses. Calculate the time it will take for the Elses to reach the Earth sphere.
Setsuna.
Hurry!
They'll reach the Earth sphere in 95 days.
Just over 3 months. So that's the time we've been given for the dialogues that are to come.
Let's go.
Good call. We can't get anything started by just sitting here, can we?
Right.
The mysterious alien entities known as Elses, which appeared along the abnormal changes in Jupiter's Great Red Spot, are moving toward the center of our solar system. However, there is very little chance that their route will lead them to Earth. Do not be taken in by speculation or rumors. We ask that citizens remain calm.
But realistically, isn't there even the slightest chance they could be headed for Earth?
We can't be sure. However,
They're coming, Sachi. I'm scared.
Don't worry, Louise. We'll be all right.
This talk about aliens attacking from Jupiter is nothing but a fantasy.
They're not aliens, they're living metal shapeshifters.
There's a chance the exploration ships could be L Scouts. We have no guarantee that they're not targeting us on purpose.
They say the objects in Jupiter are not heading for the Earth sphere. That certainly puts my mind at ease. You don't think there's a chance they could change their course?
This is metal we're talking about. Can it even do that?
One exploration ship has already fallen onto Earth, hasn't
Whether
it?
they're coming or not is immaterial. We need to discuss possible countermeasures and reassure our citizens.
We must attack first. That's the only way we can protect the people.
How dare you go against the current administration's conciliation effort?
Whatever measures we take, it won't completely eliminate people's fears.
At least now it will be easier for them to deploy the next generation mobile suits.
Just when we reached an agreement and our citizens were about to return to their homelands, this happens.
Marina?
Shireen, how was the assembly?
I talked to Klaus, and unfortunately things are a lot more complicated than expected. I suppose I can understand why some people want to remain optimistic. They can't believe the alien objects appearing from Jupiter might be targeting Earth.
We'll simply have to do what we can.
You're right. We'll have to begin shelter preparation, food storage, and panic suppression. I'm counting on your leadership, Princess Marina.
Disarmament under the conciliation policy has come back to bite us.
Mr. Secretary, to what extent can we combat the Elses with our current fighting strength?
Frankly speaking, since we know nothing of the Else's abilities or scale, I really can't give you an answer. In my personal opinion, I can only pray they'll just sail by without incident.
I'm afraid there's little hope of that. Given that the Elses are attracted to quantum brain waves, there's a good chance that our quantum processing system, Veda, will be targeted.
What about the investigation fleet we sent?
They are expected to meet up with the Elses in the vicinity of Mars in 16 days. We had Captain Shaman join the force as well. If the targets do possess intelligence, he should be able to determine their motives.
The Innovator?
But aren't Elsa's drawn to quantum brainwaves?
That's the whole point. We'll use the Captain's strong quantum brainwaves as bait to make the Else fleet change its course.
But won't we be criticized for being inhuman?
What does that matter when we're responsible for the lives of over 6 billion? The Captain is a soldier. If it were to save the lives of so many, I'm sure he would be more than happy to carry out his mission.
Including Trans-Am. We sighted 2 vessels from the Mars garrison.
All right. Upon final rendezvous, this fleet will proceed to make contact with the Elses.
Roger that, sir.
Lieutenant General Kim, may I ask you something?
Go ahead. What is it?
With all due respect, sir, why did you volunteer to take on such a dangerous mission?
Have you heard of the wild bear of Russia?
You mean Colonel Sergei Smirnov?
That's right. I got to know him very well. He was the kind of soldier who never stopped thinking about what the military should be like, and what the future will hold for humanity. I've lived my life thinking only about rising through the ranks. But now that humankind is in crisis, I just want the chance to live my life the way he did, with honor.
Trailblazer and all Jinx units have launched.
All units, be prepared for encounters with Elses. In the event that the other side shows any response...
I'm switching to Plan 3-1. Just observing them won't accomplish anything. Leave it to me. I'll find out what the Elses are up to.
Trailblazer has gone ahead.
Never mind. Now we'll discover what the enemy's intentions are.
They're making a move. Then I'm fighting back. Out of my way, you monsters! Pounding in my head! This endless drive!
Federation forces have encountered Elses close to Mars. Appear to have entered battle.
According to this, the mobile suits are being taken over.
As of now, we can conclude that the Elses are a force hostile to humanity.
Enemy forces approaching the ship!
Intercept them now!
They're absorbing our missiles as well! Elsa's to port side!
Another round incoming!
General! What is it?
The ship's physical structure! It's being transformed! What?
Are the Elses causing it?
The contamination is spreading throughout the ship, sir!
All hands to the escape
Large
pods!
L's approaching!
I won't accept it. This cannot be reality.
Another ship's been swallowed up! I'm not about to die here. I'll take you all out at once! not killing my allies. By now, they're already...
Where's the Federation's fleet?
This is... What the hell did they do here?
We'll worry about that later.
They're coming!
Can you hear my voice?
Escape! Get out of there!
Federation pilot.
All units, cease fire! Retreat! I'm gonna use GN particles to create a region of shared consciousness.
You're using Trans-Am with that machine?
Riser system activated! Riser system activated!
Is he going to attempt a dialogue with the Elses? Tell me, what are you? Why did you come here? What do you want?
Answer me!
Please answer me. What are your objectives?
Riser is being consumed by Elses.
Retrieve Setsuna at once! Retreat to point Y32!
Too many of them!
This keeps up.
Double O is running out of particles.
Cerebi! I can use quantum brainwaves too! Save Setsuna!
Tierria, no!
For the sake of the dialogues, we can't let them get Setsuna!
successfully retrieved Setsuna. We'll use Trans-Am to return to Ptolemy.
Trans-Am.
Damn it. Here is!
Roger that.
Hallelujah!
Reinforcements?
Deploying Cupids! Deploying Cupids!
Soul Braves team, perform stand maneuver and spread out. We're here to avenge our comrades. All units go full blast.
So the Gundams have retreated, have they?
All units, return fire while keeping your distance from the target. Roger!
Major, the Elsa's.
Damn! What do you think's up to?
We're going to create a particle disruption while withdrawing from this airspace.
Wait, is that celestial beam?
We'll rendezvous at DFT 223.
Mrs. Seye has been admitted to the medical box.
Lasse, fire a spread of particle-disrupting missiles. We'll leave the area as soon as we finish loading all the mobile suits.
Understood.
We're grateful for your assistance with our particle supply.
It's the least we could do. But it's tragic to think you hurried all the way here only to find your allies had been annihilated.
Yes.
Why did you have to sacrifice yourself?
It's not a big deal. My body is merely a container. Besides, considering the circumstances, I had no choice.
Tell me, what's Setsuna's condition?
When he shared consciousness with the Elsa's, he received massive amounts of data and incurred serious brain damage. I've begun brain cell regeneration treatment, but there is a chance of permanent damage to his consciousness or memory.
Oh, no.
However, there is a possibility that Setsuna's quantum brainwaves are stronger than we think. If he has awakened as a true innovator, then he may yet recover.
You keep looking for the path where people can understand each other, don't you? You even tried to do it with the Elses. Blazing a trail to the future. That's what your fight has always been, hasn't it, young man?
Who are you?
Just the man who kept foolishly attempting to surpass the Gundam. It took me a long time to realize that I was wrong. What I really need to do is surpass this young man. But I wasn't even able to arrive in time to save our allies, and I couldn't save him either. It's me.
Captain, we've received word of more Elses appearing from Jupiter.
All right, our team will resupply, then return to the mothership.
The new large alien object from Jupiter has a diameter of roughly 3,000 kilometers. That's about as large as the moon. We believe that it's headed for Earth.
We must respond at once.
The Federation government has confirmed that the new object that appeared today from Jupiter is a large Else. Given its mass and scale, there is great concern that this will affect various parts of the solar system, especially Mars and the Earth's sphere. Citizens are asked to follow the directions of the respective agencies.
Brigadier General, excuse me, but we've just received a call from the staff chairman on our confidential line.
Understood.
We've taken measures to protect citizens and keep the media in check. We will begin their evacuation in 12 hours.
Understood.
Even so, will we be capable of dealing with such a large object?
The reality is, it's happening. We have no other choice but to deal with it. It's up to us. We must save the Earth and all its citizens.
Marina.
Shiri, any word on the government's plan?
The Assembly is discussing it as we speak. Also, the military is beginning to mobilize. So most likely,
a battle.
All available forces will be deployed. We'll create an absolute defense line and stop the Elses from entering the Earth sphere. The first line will consist of our main strike force, namely the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fleets. The 5th through 9th fleets will be placed at the core, and the remaining forces will be deployed as a rear guard, directly in front of command headquarters. Brigadier General Kati Monacan will serve as operation commander. She's currently assembling the fleets in preparation for this operation. Furthermore, the deep space ship the General was inspecting has been refitted and will serve as our frontline command headquarters. All fleets that can be mobilized for this operation should be gathered at the absolute defense line by 8765.
With this, we've done everything we possibly can.
What if the Elses change their course and avoid the absolute defense line entirely?
Then Earth's casualties will be catastrophic.
So all we can do now is pray to God.
It's not up to God. This is up to us alone. To survive and forge a path to the future. Even if it means hurting others as a result, we have no choice.
Attention all citizens. The Federation government is taking all appropriate steps against the giant Else approaching Earth. Although there is no immediate danger on the surface, for precautionary purposes we ask that you make your way to the prepared shelters. Please proceed calmly and assist others as you make your way there.
Princess, the shelters are full. We cannot take in any more people.
The people gathered in the plaza have no place to go. Unless we do something, a riot could break out.
Open the Royal Palace and all facilities to the public. We have to shelter our citizens.
Princess, you must evacuate.
No. I will not abandon my people.
So the government chose the path of battle as expected.
Yes, but in this case, I support the President's decision. Of course, we all want peace, but it can only be obtained if humankind survives.
We're fighting for our very existence. In the end, what else is there?
For that purpose only, I will carry a gun again.
All right, keep going.
Everybody, there's no reason to panic. Proceed in a calm and orderly manner.
The Federation government is putting out an open call for volunteer technicians who can help with the protection of the orbital elevators. In order to be eligible, you must have a Class 1 space engineering license or equivalent. Candidates will be interviewed at designated military facilities
You're going?
I want to do my part. To save this world. And you.
Take care.
Yeah.
Once the operation begins, there's not much left for us to do.
Guessing from the Elsa's actions, it looks like they might be attempting to merge with other species in order to somehow share their knowledge and feelings.
Quantum brainwaves are necessary in order to share wills inside a solid mass like the main Else.
That must be why they're attracted to humans with the potential to become... Mina, I don't think it's the time for this sort of behavior.
I want us to share our feelings because it's a time like this. It's the same with the Elses. They may be trying to change by touching others. I'll change the future. And your feelings, too.
Well then, please be gentle.
Roger. Particle count 0. Booster has been separated. We will arrive at the rendezvous point shortly.
At this point in time, the Elses are within 40 million kilometers of the Earth sphere.
That's about 7 days away.
Miss Sumeragi, isn't there anything we can do about this?
Hallelujah. Yes, there is. But to do it, we need Setsuna to recover, and soon.
They're here.
That machine.
Is that a new Gundam?
GNT 0000, aka 00 Quantum. It's a machine made specifically for an innovator, or rather, for Setsuna. It uses high-density particles, which dramatically increases its ability to share consciousness.
What did you say? Setsuna has brain damage.
Oh no. We brought the Quanta all this way.
Don't panic. We'll be needing this machine. Setsuna has to recover. He's our only hope. Proceed with final adjustments to the Quanta.
I have a favor to ask as well.
Tieria!
Mr. Arne!
Ian, I'd like you to install a small Veda terminal onto the Quanta.
Huh? What do you have in mind?
I want to use Veda to manage the information sent to us by the Elsis. By utilizing the GN drive, innovators, and Veda, we can realize the dialogues to come with the 3 things sought by Eolia Shenberg.
Ian?
Yeah, I know. We'll just have to do the best job we can, and count on Setsuna's recovery.
A message from Sumeragi to all crew. We will use Trans-Am to proceed at maximum speed and meet the Elsis. This will be celestial beings. No. This is going to be our final mission.
Large Elsa's approach to distance 1,000. It will enter firing range of our long-distance missiles in 0032.
Well, Brigadier General, it looks like we may have won our first gamble.
This is where the battle begins.
All forces, as soon as the target enters firing range, we will begin our attack. Particle missiles will be set on proximity fuses and should avoid contact with Elses. They must not be absorbed.
Colonel, I'm heading out.
For the last time, it's General.
Don't die.
Understood.
All wings on standby. Ready to fire long-range missiles.
Very well. All ships fire the first wave of missiles.
Aye, aye. Firing missiles. Detonation will occur when distance reaches 300. Activation confirmed. All missiles are detonating. All missiles have hit their targets. The Elses are unharmed! It seems to have deployed some sort of shield!
Possible. There's no way it could have adapted to our GN field so
Prepare
quickly.
to fire large particles! particle cannon. We'll attempt close-range combat with our mobile suit teams.
All mobile suits, prepare to launch.
All units, make sure you deploy your field spurs so you don't get swallowed up by the Elses.
The difference in fighting strength is 10,000 to 1. The situation couldn't be worse. But no matter what, I'll fight to protect it.
I will protect what Father and Mother stood for. You are the elite members of the Soul Braves team. In the battlefield we're about to enter, every one of you will be asked to risk your life. But let me make one thing clear. Don't die!
Yes, sir!
Large particle cannon, 70% charge. %90 charge. 100% charge.
Commence strafing.
Commencing strafing.
All ships, attack with particle cannons while mobile suit teams carry out their assault. Moving on to mop-up operation.
Coming back, even if it costs me my life! I'm coming back to the Colonel!
What? That's...
General, the Elses are all morphing into mobile suits!
They're taking in our information by fusing with us.
That means they've copied our armaments, too.
What now?
Major!
Don't panic!
Easy to say, but these are Gundam types! I thought I said don't die!
Major, look at point 336!
But that's... They can even take cruisers?
Two cruisers have been sunk!
Regroup our formation. How long till full charge?
Output is at 55%, but we can fire!
Let's break the momentum. Particle cannon fire at point 24.
It's affected the beam!
It's learning our moves.
It's gotten past wing 3! Pull in backup!
You're not getting through! Those particle beams!
Proceeding to defend against the Else invasion.
Roger.
Time to forget about logic and reason. Let's just get it done!
Even if Setsuna can't make it, I can still target and fire!
Target fire! Target fire! Deploying riflemen! Deploying riflemen!
still being?
Sabanya and her rings will join the line of battle.
Ptolemy, begin bombardment!
Roger.
Ian, how are the adjustments coming?
Almost done.
Setsuna!
Many! It's overwhelming!
I'm not about to give up yet! Oh! Damn you!
The Elses are getting past one fleet after another!
At this rate...
General, the Elses have broken through Wing 7. Pursue them with their mobile suit teams.
What are our fleet's losses?
30% of all ships!
That many in such a short time.
What is it?
The large cannon turret's been contaminated by Elses.
Destroy the contaminated sectors! Stop it from spreading!
There goes our ace in the hole. Elses have broken through the absolute line of defense. You're not getting past me! I'm a soldier of the Federation forces. Serve me to protect the people! Gotcha!
What are you doing just standing there? Everyone else is still fighting desperately to live.
trying to change the world.
I thought I told you, Setsuna. You're going to change. I couldn't, so you'll have to do it for me. You're alive. That's right. Don't you see? You're still alive.
Setsuna's awake?
That's right!
Sorry to worry everyone.
Setsuna.
I'm taking the 00 Quanta.
Please.
Transfer of Mr. Arde's consciousness data to Quanta's terminal unit complete.
Thank you, Morena.
And Mr. Arde, I just wanted to say that no matter what form or appearance you might take, I love you very much!
What'd she just say?
Oh my! That's wonderful! Congrats on your new boyfriend.
Linda! This is no laughing matter!
I'm taking the Quanta.
It's all yours!
Sorry I wasn't here.
Don't worry, we can handle things. You get back to Setsuna.
It's too big. His love's too big for one person. I care for him, and that's good enough for me. It really is.
The Elses have broken through the defense line again! Zabanya and Harut are in the middle of battle!
Opening third hatch. Ready to launch 00 Quanta.
Roger that, Felt.
Increasing linear catapult voltage. Past 730. Transferring launch timing to Setsuna FCA.
Roger. 00 Quanta, Setsuna FCA. Launch!
Assist Missouri at once.
Patrick.
Well, I guess I screwed up. Suppose I was just too happy to be indestructible anymore.
Get out of there, hurry!
I'm afraid I can't really do that. But don't worry, I'm not gonna die without a fight! Let me at least take this guy with me!
He's here! What took you so long? I've been waiting for you to show up, young man!
Setsuna, to begin a dialogue, we must get into the main Elsa's core.
Understood.
Leave that to me! Let's do it, Haro! Time to fire without targeting! Reflexes and thought must be one! I know.
Roger that.
Here we go! The power of a super soldier! No, the power to slash through to the future! Setsuna!
come here to fight!
Why are you hesitating? You were the one who told me to keep fighting in order to live!
You taught me that!
Even if it's a contradiction, you must continue to exist! You said that is what it means to live! Transam!
Go on, young man!
Live and blaze a trail to the future!
00 Quanta is on its way.
Setsuna, Tieria, we're counting on you. Milena, how much contamination?
We surpassed 50%!
55% of the Federation fleet has been destroyed!
Kujo! Kachi, hang in there just a little longer. We still have a chance at winning? No, that's impossible. Then what do you mean? That we still have hope.
Damn it! I'm not done yet! Transam!
This isn't good.
Hallelujah!
Too late now, but we'll still try. You act so self-righteously! It's still the right thing to do. Ugh, I will never give up on someone's life again! And damn! Use Transam to tear into the core of the Elves.
You can't! Transam is our trump card for the dialogue. We mustn't use it here.
will gladly oblige! This is not death! It's for humankind to live on!
That man was...
Setsuna.
We're going in!
Successfully infiltrated the main L core.
How much contamination to the ship now?
It surpassed 44%.
The GM field is down. It can't be reactivated.
All hands, prepare to abandon ship.
I won't. Are you trying to leave me out again like what happened with Chris? I can't accept that. We're all gonna survive this together.
She's right. I'm staying too.
It's still too soon to give up.
Let's keep believing to the very end.
Exactly.
Because we're... Celestial Beings!
Let's slash our way through!
To the future!
To tomorrow!
You're right. Let's believe in him. Setsuna!
100% destroyed!
That's it. This is the core of the Else. Is it inviting us in?
I'm gonna activate the quantum system.
The Else's capabilities are unknown. Run it at full power.
Roger. Activating quantum burst. Last mission! With the survival of humankind at stake, let the dialogue begin!
I want to understand. I want us to understand one another. And I believe that we can understand one another.
I can feel what the Else is!
Wait with me, Setsuna. Veda and I will manage this torrent of information. Let any unnecessary information fall away. Just the essence. Just their yearnings.
I see. Their home planet was facing death. They were seeking a path to survival.
By connecting, by becoming one, they were trying to gain a mutual understanding. Let's go to their home planet, so we can reach an understanding.
Are you sure?
That doesn't matter. I now know. There's been a reason for my existence. It's the same with everyone. We're all alive.
And all trying to live.
Still, why do we have so much trouble seeing eye to eye?
The very fact that humans have intelligence causes misunderstandings over the slightest of things.
This leads to deceit, and then discrimination against others.
We become unable to understand each other.
Even Anu and I were able to connect. Can't we do that with you?
People just don't realize what keeps them apart.
That's why it's up to us to show them. To show them how simple the world really is.
Elsa's. They're all gathering.
What's that?
Ian. It just stopped. Billy, look!
That's incredible.
This is...
You're kidding me.
But that's...
Huh? That's amazing. I can see it, Setsuna. I can see your yearnings. Yes. Something so simple can bring the world together.
It's time now.やっと出会えたんだね。初めからそうだった。僕らは誰かと比べられ生きてきて、笑おうとした。そんな世界で二人はお互いの幸せを願えるんだね。僕のあくびが君に映った。君の明日が全てに変わった。億千の巡り合いの中で最後までこの出会いを僕は欲しがるだろう。綺麗に着飾るための言葉、そんなものにはない必要ない心臓にもない脳にもないどこにも見当たらない心、二人の間が確かに感じられる。会えない日の寂しさがほら一緒にいる時間の充実さを証明した。特別な時に変わっていくよ。思いを持したんじゃないねえねえ、伝えたい心情がねえ、隣でここぞって時に言葉がこんなに溢れてるのに何も言えなくなる。大切なことは大切と思うことをありきたりな言葉に全部を込めるよ。心臓にもない脳にもないどこにも見当たらない心、君を思う時は確かに熱く揺れてる。線の巡り合いの中で最後まで君のことを僕は欲しがるだろう。綺麗に着飾るための言葉、そんなものにはない必要ない捨てろ らない心君といる時は確かに感じられる優しく全てを包み込んでゆく行きたいなやっと出会えたんだね
The discovery of new fundamental particles that can transmit one's consciousness, the theory of a semi-perpetual engine that generates those particles. The invention of a quantum-type processing system, a proposal for a solar power generation system based on the construction of orbital elevators. Every one of these outstanding technologies would make life better for humanity. But I always thought you hated humans. Isn't that why you live on this solitary island?
What I hate are people who misuse their intelligence, the ones who get caught up in their own personal beliefs and prejudices and lose sight of the truth. It leads to misunderstandings, followed by discord and then by conflict. All I want is understanding between people.
So that's the kind of world you seek?
Humans must learn to apply their intelligence correctly and evolve beyond their current state. People must change. Otherwise, even if humanity expands into space, it will only create new conflicts. And that would be a very sad thing.
Eolia Shenberg.
Take a look at this! This is the pride of the Earthsphere Federation, the latest deep spaceship, Sumeragi. In a few hours, this ship will begin its maiden voyage, sailing into deep space on a long, long journey. The crew of this ship is made up entirely of innovators, who will be able to endure the hardships of such a long voyage. Today, 40% of the human race have become innovators. Thanks to this, various problems of the past have been overcome, allowing us to reach this stage in history. As your full-time dedicated correspondent, I will also be journeying aboard this ship to its destination. I'll be providing our viewers with as much information on the voyage as I can. Now, the man in charge of overseeing this gallant crew of 1,200, Chief Officer Klaus Grad, has a few words for us. Thank you, Chief Officer.
Hello? Who's there? Oh my. I'm sorry. I can't see very well anymore.
Marina Ismail.
It's that voice. Could you be?
It has taken me a very long time.
We just kept passing by one another.
But we were both looking for the same thing. You were right. You were always right.
You too. You weren't mistaken either.
After all this time,
we finally understand each other.